Hello and welcome back to episode 48 of Let's Play Mass Effect 2. The main plot is over, but we still have a little bit of DLC to finish up, so we're going to have another episode or two, or three, depending on how long this DLC actually is. Um, so it looks like our fish did not actually survive the suicide mission. Some extra casualties. Guess there's nobody really left to feed. Well, we have the crew rescued, so now they should be back. I was looking up a lot of the things with the game that we missed,
What's this
just out
area
of
of the
curiosity. Oh,
This
wait a
is
minute.
the commanding officer's quarters.
It's larger than the quarters of other warships I've served on.
Okay,
This
thank
is
you,
a
Edie. Go
Cerberus
away.
vessel, not an Alliance warship. Accommodations have been made for personal taste.
Yeah. I was actually
That
looking for the
said,
feed the fish
This
thing,
space
but
is directly under the exterior pressure hull. The fitting yard workers called it the loft.
yep. But there is no feed the fish thing because the fish are all dead. But Chewie, the space hamster, is still alive and well. Also, I noticed that down here is the relic, and it grows. It's kind of freaky. Why Shepard keeps that in his bedroom, I'm not really sure. Oh, and the dog tags from Liara. It's pretty cool that they added that there. So yeah, some interesting tidbits. The suicide mission, the mechanics of it are far more complicated than I suspected, which explains why Jacob died when I didn't expect him to at all. Yeah, there's a huge systems of checks that determines which crew members live and die depending on your choices, whether or not they're loyal. That's a big thing if you do the loyalty mission or not, and whether they're right for the job. In the first part, Legion died because he's not loyal. I couldn't figure out why he died, because according to the flowchart, he should have lived, but I realized he actually wasn't loyal because of the choice I made when him and Tali were arguing. If I had made the other choice or chosen the Paragon option, he would have been loyal and he would have survived, because he was one of the good choices for the specialist in the first mission. And that also is determined by who's the squad leader of your secondary squad. I picked Garrus for both, and that's a great choice, because as long as Garrus is loyal, he will survive, and the specialist will survive. That's why Garrus shrugged off his the shot in the end of the second part, because he passed the loyalty check and like the competence check, whatever you want to call it. I think him, Miranda, and Jacob are the three okay leaders. If it's anybody else, or if it's anybody who's not loyal, they die. And then in the first part, if it's anyone besides those three who are loyal, your specialist dies, even if they are one of the good specialists and loyal. But so a very specific series of triggers have to occur for nobody to die. Jacob died because Thane just wasn't one of the ideal candidates. It has to be either Samara or Jack, or Morinth if you choose her instead of Samara. Because I chose Thane, one of your two crewmates dies, or one of your two party members dies. And of the checklist, Jacob was just a lower priority than Tali. Thank goodness, because I'd be really upset to lose Tali. Upset to lose Jacob, but he was actually in the middle of the list. I could have lost so many other people if I had brought them instead. And at the very end, when you leave your squad behind, how many of them survive and which ones is determined by a check, with the stronger ones offsetting the lower averages of some of the more physically weak ones. So because I had Zaid and Grunt there, they offset some of the weaker people like Tali and Miranda. Actually, I think Miranda's in the middle of the road. I'm not sure. Well, Morden rather, I think is one of the weaker ones. And all of them being loyalty gives them extra points. So, moral of the story: if you don't want people to die, make them loyal before the mission begins. And if you really want to be certain that nobody dies, look up the flowchart ahead of time. Otherwise, I recommend going into it like I did. I was entirely blind. Now I guess you'll be part blind. But yeah, it's interesting to see how things happen. And apparently, even Shepard can die if you have one or less remaining crewmates. You don't make that final jump and you die. So there's just what they did there was an amazing final mission, and I didn't realize there was all these mechanics going on behind the scenes. So I really give Bioware a lot of credit for that. I've never seen anything like that in a video game before, and it was just an amazing branching tree of decisions. They did an excellent job, and I think that probably puts is the final straw, putting Mass Effect 2 ahead of Mass Effect in my mind. They're both great games. Mass Effect 1 just had a little more flaws, and even though I like some of its systems better, just from a personal standpoint, and I don't know, the story, 2 is a darker story, but also I don't know, there are pros and cons to both stories. I liked them both a lot, both for very different reasons. But I've been talking a lot now, so I am going to actually start doing some stuff. One of the things I want to do, which I realize we have not done yet, let's head back to the Combat Information Center. Oh, no more Jacob. Actually, too, I think we can talk to them one more time. I remember reading, so we could do that. Um, one of the things I want to do is
Commander,
actually
you
fly
received a new
to
message at your private terminal.
the local cluster and see if we can explore Sol, our solar system in real life, because I haven't done that in this game yet. But first, let's check our messages. Oops. All right. Oh. Which one is it? Um, we already did that one. Wow, I don't actually know. Was it this one? Maybe it was this one. Yeah, okay. Shepard, I received word of the attack. This feels like a direct insult from the collectors and a sign that we've got them scared. The loss of your crew is devastating, but what they signed on for, remembering that they... Let me start again. The loss of your crew is devastating, but remember that they signed on for this mission knowing the risks. We've already actually, I guess, gone past this. Miranda has likely argued for delaying rescue efforts until you're fully prepared to go through the Omega-4 relay. I know you're eager to leave, but rushing off will be a disservice to your crew's sacrifice. When you are ready, you'll have my full support. Get it done, Shepard. Nobody else can. Another cool part is that depending on how long you wait to go through the relay, how many missions you do in between, and assignments count as missions, more of your crew dies, crew being the non-party members. So if you do it right away, like I did, even though I said I need a minute, I didn't actually do any missions in between. Everybody survives, including Kelly. If you do 1 to 3 missions, then about half the crew dies, including Kelly. And if you do, I guess, 4 more missions in between, so if you really delay, then everybody dies except for Dr. Chakwas. She has to survive. Um, yeah. Besides that, though, besides Dr. Chakwas and Joker, that's pretty much the only 2. Because even Shepard is vulnerable. Everyone else is vulnerable to die in the final phase of the game. Um, Everyone else on the ship, at least. Even Miranda, it's a little more difficult to kill her off than it is the others. There are still ways for her to die. Okay, so let's start by going to the local cluster. That'll be our first order of business. Way over here. And once we do that, I think we'll probably go around, talk to the crew, type those loose ends, and depending on how long that takes, we may begin arrival this episode, or we may wait. So, alright, can we go anywhere else in the... Probably not. Yeah, I guess this is the only system accessible. But they did add every planet here, and Pluto. Oh, what is the... I'm trying to think what this... Alpha Centauri, the nearest star to ours. That would have been probably one of the ones they could have added. Oh, Pluto doesn't have an orbit, though, because it's a dwarf planet. No more Charon, either. Ice dwarf worlds. Yep, it's the anchor for the mass relay. Yep, Pluto's orbit was circularized, the side effect of Charon mass relay recovery operations. So you can scam Pluto, that's pretty cool. Moderate though, not a lot of resources.
Probe away.
Not really sure if the resources transfer over to
Launching probe.
the next game in any way. So actually let's not spend too much time on Pluto because... There we go. We have plenty of other planets to explore. But yeah, there's the mass relay. It has its own orbit, but Pluto does not. I guess that's how they had to represent the 2 mechanically. Yep. Pretty much the same tooltips, I think, as poor Neptune. Not a lot here. As the first game, by the looks of it. We'll make a brief visit to each planet, just so we can say we explored the entire system. I really can't talk tonight. It is very late at night, and I probably shouldn't be playing, but I didn't get a chance to play it all today due to other things. So I wanted to do one episode before bed. Wow, depleted.
Really, Commander?
Oh, that's cute. She's making fun of you for... Oh, I saw a spike.
Probing Uranus.
I get it. That's clever. Okay. I thought the really was just because I was harvesting a depleted planet.
Probe away.
That's really cute that they added extra dialogue in there just for Uranus. Glad the devs have a sense of humor. Alright, where is... what system are we missing? I guess it was Saturn then. Saturn has good results. I'm still just going to do one probe though, I think, because, yeah, we don't really need this for anything. I just want to see the planets. And then Jupiter, where's good old Jupiter? There he is. Harvest some palladium there. You could use more platinum, but I don't see any platinum on Jupiter. I assume they did their research here. With the internet, it's not that hard. Can we, what about Ceres? Is Ceres here? Let's do a quick run around the asteroid belt to see. Guess not. Be cool to go there in the third game, though, if that's an option. Alright, let's go to Mercury next. Why not? Yeah, solar power stations on the peaks of eternal light. Only 340 people are here. Moderate, but I did see a spike there.
Probe away.
We can grab even more iridium, which we really do not need. And Venus. I also wonder, I would expect so, like if the positions of the planets on this map are what they will actually be like in is it 2180-ish or whatever, whenever the game takes place. I don't know, I could probably look that up, I guess. That'd be really interesting to know though. I don't need any more iridium. Venus has, what's the population? Done? Oh, 800. Aerostat research outposts, yeah. I think I mentioned that in the first Let's Play, that the upper atmosphere of Venus is actually one of the most habitable parts of the solar system. Like, as long as you had oxygen to breathe, and you could essentially inflate giant floating cities there using common gases, and because of the atmospheric pressure, even if there was like a hole in one of those, whoops. Can you not scan Mars? I guess not. Yep. Historical preserve. Decent amount of people though, right? Population. Doesn't even say the population, does it? Nope. Alright. But I believe there are still some settlements there. Is that everywhere? Jupiter, yeah, 100%. 100%, we haven't even been to Earth. Huh, that's weird. For detailed information, please refer to the standard issue Alliance Galactic Codex. 11.4 billion, yeah, pretty much the same as the first game. Up. There's the US, the Pacific. I guess that's Hawaii around there somewhere. Or maybe that's, I don't know. All the Pacific Islands, I'm not sure where Hawaii actually is. I think probably around there. Looks a little low, but then again, it looks like we're looking at the planet from a bit of a tilt. And I'm not sure what Hawaii's actual latitude is anyway. There's me, right about there. Alright, wave up at the sky, wave to Captain Shepard. 200 years in the future. Commander Shepard, rather. Alright, so that was kind of cool, I guess. Honestly, the best part of that was Edie making fun of me for probing Uranus. But, yeah. I figured we'd do it anyway, just to check out how the local cluster is doing. Well, I guess we can go. Let's go to the Citadel. Wait, we can see. Alright, I'm going to escape right now, though. After we're done talking to the crew, I do want to talk to Captain Anderson, or Counselor Anderson, rather. See how he's doing. Let's talk to Kelly, too. now that she's been rescued. Apparently Kelly is also romanceable. I looked that up too. The main romances for a male shepherd are, let's see, Jack, obviously Miranda, and who's the third? I honestly cannot think of the third. It's not Samara. Who else is a female? Oh, Tally. Tally, yeah, which we kind of had a hint at before. For a males, it's Garrus, Jacob, and the assassin Thane. And then there's other ones that I think can be romanced by both, which are Samara and Morin, but it's a less deep kind of romance apparently. Kelly, and there was a third too that I'm not recalling. But anyway, let's see how she's doing.
I knew you would. Thank you. 1,000 times, thank you.
How are you doing, Kelly?
I'm holding up. Just can't get the memories out of my head. Trapped.
Aww.
Suffocating. It's oozing into every pore. Faint sobs echoing the confined space. But I can't dwell on it. I'm okay now. I'm alive. Back to the old Kelly.
Good.
Is there anything I should know?
Nothing right now. Anything else, Commander?
I know we have a doctor on board, but it would probably be a good idea to have a psychologist on board as well, or some kind of therapist, given what the entire crew has been through.
Do you have a moment to talk?
I always have time for you, Commander.
I guess that's about it.
I better go.
Okay. Maybe
Hey,
we'll
more
talk later.
Paragon points. Unlike the first game, I'm pretty sure you can save at any time and upload any save to the next game, so maybe those points will carry over. No more Jacob. Aww. Could still see him getting carried away by those swarms. I guess I should have brought Samara or Jack, but I thought they were gonna die. I didn't think Bioware would be clever enough to make it so that that decision affected other things. I underestimated Bioware's ingenuity, I guess, and Jacob paid the price for it.
Cerberus better than collectors still wouldn't turn base over to them. Risky. More than risky. Dangerous. Hope you know what you're doing.
So do I. Yeah, I don't trust Cerberus either, but they are on our side, at least for now, so.
Have you got a minute to talk?
Actually, wanted to talk. Medical
Good.
matters. Aware that mission is dangerous. Different species react differently to stress. Aware you come by a great deal. Have had other species become attracted to me before.
Oh no.
Awkward. Not interested.
Wait a minute, Morton. You're just yanking me around, aren't you?
Shocking suggestion. Doctor-patient confidentiality, a sacred trust. Would never dream of mockery. Enjoy yourself while possible, Shepard. We'll be here studying cell reproduction. Much simpler, less alcohol and mood music required.
I guess I do talk to him a lot, but just a bromance, I swear.
Shepard, how can I help?
Are there any medical concerns I should be aware of on the team?
Cerberus personnel in excellent condition. No squad concerns to report. Always some matters, but nothing affecting immediate mission.
Have you got a minute to talk?
Yes, personal matters on mind, actually. Got call from nephew. Promising geneticist himself. Just turned 16, got tenure at university. Following in my footsteps. Had to lie about what I was doing. Think he was suspicious. Doesn't matter. Still good to hear his voice.
Well, good. I guess 16 for them is probably more like 30 for us. Well, it's still young to have tenure, but they said anyone over 40 is rare, so maybe even like 40 for
I'm
us.
glad you got to talk to family before we finish this. And I'm glad we talked too, Morton.
Honored to be part of this, Shepard. Helped preserve Galaxy before with genophage. Dirty work. Ethically ambiguous. Problematic. Collector's mission simpler, cleaner. We'll be proud to see it in Morton's Solus biography vid. Unless we all die. Proud posthumously, in that case. Regardless. Thank you.
He does seem like an older Solarian. I wonder how old he actually is. So yeah, I guess some of the conversations don't make quite as much sense after it happens. Let's head up a level. But I don't know, I thought they said that they had different dialogue after the mission. Let's check in with some of the others. I'll talk to Miranda next. I feel like if any of them have different dialogue, it would be her. Oops. Kelly did, so that's something. Any commentary as I walk by?
I
Nope.
can't believe you took down the
There we
collectors.
go.
I'm proud to serve under you, Commander. Hawthorne is still in the infirmary, though I think his pride is more broken than his bones. He
Oh,
tried
good.
so hard to help Joker.
Oh yeah, I think I remember that.
You really are a hero. No sooner had the collectors damned us than you were pulling our sorry asses right back out of hell.
Hey,
You're aces in my book, Shepard. Thank you.
hey, without you, who would have cooked all my meals? It's the real reason I came for the crew. Just don't tell any of the others. I guess that's Harrison or whatever his name is. Looks a little like me, actually. A little bit. No Legion either. He didn't make it, but oh well. He was kind of dangerous anyway, I think. Unique for a Geth, but still not a living being.
I'm still a little shaken from my abduction by the collectors. It was a lot to endure. You and Jeff came so quickly.
I like how she
I've
calls him
never
Jeff.
had truer friends.
Oh,
Thank you, Commander.
thank you, Doctor. Okay. And Miranda.
Before we started this mission, I never would have questioned our goals. I just hope we made the right choice. I hope whatever Cerberus finds at that base is worth it.
So I guess they do comment on the on that choice.
Anything I should know regarding the Normandy?
Edie has the Normandy running as efficiently as when we had a human crew. I doubt we'll see AIs replacing humans anytime soon, but at least we'll finish the mission.
So it doesn't ever catch up after you get the crew back.
You have a minute, Miranda?
Of course. I'm just finishing an operation report. I'm impressed, Shepard. So far things have gone exceptionally well. As Cerberus operations go, this is one of the best I've been a part of.
Maybe that's because this isn't a Cerberus operation.
Not to you, maybe. But I report directly to the elusive man. And I'm here because he wants me to be. Cerberus gave you a second chance, Commander. Maybe you should do the same for us.
What did Cerberus do that made you so loyal?
I suppose you deserve to know. Do you remember when I told you how I was genetically altered? Well, that wasn't my choice. My father created me. He's a very influential man and extremely controlling. He didn't want a daughter. He wanted a dynasty. I ran away as soon as I was old and brave enough. I went to Cerberus because I knew they could protect me.
I think we talked about this a little bit already. I don't want to go through their entire dialogue tree again.
I assume that Cerberus approved of your enhanced abilities?
Of course. Cerberus fully endorses anything that advances the cause of humanity. Genetic alterations included. But unlike my father and his own selfish reasons, Cerberus and the elusive man believe in a greater good. They see the bigger picture, and I feel like I have a purpose here.
You talk about yourself like you're just a tool to be used. By your father? By Cerberus?
Maybe. I like to know where I fit in the world. It helps me find meaning in how I was created.
You are who you are, Miranda. You don't need to make excuses for it.
That's easy for you to say. We've both been engineered for greatness, Shepard. The difference is you were great before we rebuilt you. I'm great because of it.
Your spirit and personality are what make you great. It's what makes anyone great.
That's kind of you. I'm not sure I believe you, but thanks for saying it.
Thanks for your time, Miranda. I'll talk to you later.
Wonder if that's the beginning of the romance
Anytime,
path.
Commander.
Alright. So, is that everybody on this level? Garrus is back here, right? Or fire squad leader.
I hope Cerberus can figure out what to do with all that tech. I also hope they don't decide to do something worse than what the collectors were planning. Watch yourself, Shepard.
Have you got a minute?
Can it wait for a bit? I'm in the middle of some calibrations.
Talk to you later, Garrus.
I'll be here if you need me.
Alright, so make a couple more quick rounds and see what the rest of the crew thinks of the decision I made. Am I limping? I feel like I'm limping. I guess I'm just targeting Garrus, that's probably why. Right, is everybody? Miranda. Oh, no, it's not. Forgot about this side of the ship. What does Samara think?
I am not sure it was wise to hand that base over to the elusive man. Cerberus has a very
narrow view of the galaxy. Nonetheless, the choice was yours to make, and I respect that.
I wanted to check in.
I am always happy to talk with you.
I don't want any more bunches of cars.
I should go.
Of course.
Okay. Who's next? Thane? Let's talk to Thane next. And then Kasumi. Kasumi lived basically just because she's loyal. The way it works is if you don't send an escort back, the crew dies. If you do send an escort back, the crew lives. As for the escort, if they're loyal, they survive. If they're not loyal, they don't. I assume Dr. Chakwas lives no matter what, regardless of if you send an escort with her or not. But because it seems like they're trying to make it so that she survives no matter what for the next game. But I could be wrong.
I'm disquieted, Shepard. I trust you, but not the one you work for. He is driven by wrath and fear. I fear that all we've done is make him a giant.
Quite possibly. I guess we'll find out in the third game, won't we?
Have a few minutes to talk?
If you wish.
The last time we talked, you started speaking about a past event, as if you were watching it.
Drell have perfect memories. We can relive any moment in our lives with
Seems
perfect
useful.
clarity. It's difficult to control at times. Some of us disappear into, let's call it solipsism.
You can relive every assassination you've ever made?
In perfect detail. Every mistake I made. Every target's last breath.
You don't seem to feel guilty.
Why should I? My employers killed them. My body was only the tool they used. If you kill a man with your gun, do you hold the gun responsible?
An interesting way of looking at things.
My gun can't decide right from wrong. You clearly do.
My soul does. But my body is merely flesh. Flesh whose reflexes were honed to kill. Drell minds are different from humans. We see our body as a vessel, and accept that it is not always under our control.
So you don't assume any responsibility for the things you do?
Not every action performed by my body is a result of conscious choices. I take responsibility for those that are. Humans often believe in a soul distinct from the body. A spirit responsible for moral reasoning that lives on after the body's death. Our belief is just a bit more literal.
So I see.
I should get back to my duties.
Shepard, I appreciate these chats we have.
I haven't had a chance to speak to a Drell before. It's been fascinating.
I doubt many humans have. There are only a few 100,000 of us left after all. I won't keep you.
Yeah, it's an interesting way of looking at things, but I don't know, I think even if you're acting on somebody else's orders, you're still part of the conspiracy, and all conspirators are equally guilty, because at any point in the chain, somebody can stop an event like that. And we've already talked about all her stuff. She probably doesn't say much anyway.
Hey, got a minute? I usually travel hidden away in cargo bays. It's nice to be able to look out a window for a change.
Sure it is. Alright. Now that should be everybody. Yep. Alright, down to engineering we go. Talk to Zaid first, because it seems like the DLC crew members don't really have anything to say about the endgame choice.
This mission takes me back.
Short and to the point. I like it. Let's talk to Tally last. Who do we have left? Grunt, Tally, and Jack, I think?
The fight was great, Shepard, but giving Cerberus the base was weak. This man of theirs, he hides. He was smart to get you, but a real battle master charges with his clan.
Just checking in. How you doing?
The hold is too open, not enough cover. Armor is limited. Warlord Granth would target here to scatter heavy cargo, then focus on engines. That's what tank imprints show about human ships anyway. It's how I learned from the tank. Old pictures where memory is. Like holding a book for a child. Just remember this, picture after picture. No help with finding a reason to care.
What did Okier want you to feel about this stuff?
Hate. But the pictures, the aliens in them, they don't do anything. I see blood, craters, but so what? My guts were grown from 1,000 more worthy. The dead were weak. If they were strong, I wouldn't be needed. I don't know why Okeer started teaching. When he turned on the tank the first time, I screamed. Weak, pitiful.
So you started small, but you became what you are. Not everyone gets that chance.
I'm built for strength, but didn't earn it. I just am. Those dead were strong enough to try, even if they lost. The perfect Krogan, ignoring what made me. No strength in that. I'll take another look at what happened to the Krogan. Find a reason to care about it.
That is interesting. It seems like he's getting a little bit wise in his next couple months alive. That it's a different kind of strength, or a different kind of bravery at least, taking on a challenge that's greater than you, than it is just being super strong and going through life without any troubles. I'm going the wrong way. Okay. Let's say hi to Jack and then Tally, and then we'll talk to Counselor Anderson. And then we'll call this an episode, I think. And I should be getting to bed.
Hey.
So no comment, in other
Tell me
words.
about you, Jack. What are you up to?
Still checking out your ship. Wouldn't mind putting her through her paces when you're not around.
I doubt Joker would appreciate that. At least not while we're working.
Relax. Joyriding doesn't have the thrill it used to. Besides, if I wanted it, I'd take it.
That's so.
I've been around. Ran with gangs, wiped out some gangs, joined a cult. Kept the haircut. I learned how to survive and not be a victim.
It's hard to imagine you in a cult. That usually involves a lot of rules.
I was looking for answers. Drugs and sex and going to a better place. A better place, right. It was all about money. They wanted to take a colony, shake the
Cults
suckers
usually are.
down to fund their spread, and guess who was their ace in the hole? They were just like the rest. Didn't give one shit about me.
What did you do when you found out?
What do you think?
You must have met some good people, too.
You've seen where I came from. Everybody wants something, and because of that, everything is fair game. Murder, assault, kidnapping, drugs, stealing, arson. Done it all. And that's the boring shit. Piracy, theft of military
Yes,
craft,
she said.
destruction of a space station, and vandalism. That was a good one.
Do you ever wonder if you could have done things differently?
No,
Shouldn't you?
there's no reason I should be alive, but I am. You know why? Instinct. It's worked for me so far, and I'm not gonna change. Still, it was odd talking about this. Maybe some other time.
Yeah, but that's sort of a, oh, she's teleported there. What do you call that? I don't know. That's a philosophy that kind of confirms itself, because those who espouse it and don't survive aren't around to learn from their mistakes, by definition. So, just saying I haven't died so far
Kenneth, what
isn't
has the new
necessarily a good
shielding
reason.
done to your power grid balance?
Not much. With built-in capacitor subs.
We
Thanks
talked
for
about that
coming to
already.
get us, Commander.
I felt myself slipping away. You arrived just in time. Thank you.
I'm glad you guys made it.
Carry on.
Will do, Commander.
I'm also glad they took some time to really flesh out the crew in this one, besides just Joker and the Doctor. They added Kelly, they added these two. If it wasn't for those three, it would feel a lot less impactful, saving your crew.
I know you're working with Cerberus, but turning over the base to them was dangerous. I hope it doesn't come back to haunt us.
Yeah, so do I.
Have you got time to talk?
Yes, I'd like that. I've been thinking about the last time we talked. I'm sorry.
jeez.
I was unprofessional, and I wasn't thinking rationally. I was being stupid and selfish.
So I expect that, even though it might not make a big difference in this game, that the choices you make romance-wise in the first game and those you make in the second game will probably come to a head in the third game. So, like if you do cheat on Ashley or Caden if you went with him, or Liara. Then, well, I guess if it's Liara, then you probably have some explaining to do in the DLC, but otherwise I think it's probably going to matter more in the third game. Yeah, but I'm trying to tell Tally I appreciate her more as a friend, so we'll go with this one then.
Forget about it, Tally. We're friends.
Yes, right, friends. And I'm honored to serve at your side, Shepard.
So there we go. Hopefully she's not too hurt by that. Anyway, I guess that's another loose end tied. And it'll make our next conversation with Ashley a little bit easier in the third game. Alright. Back up to the information center. And we will dock the Citadel and see if Counselor Anderson has anything to say about what we've done. Be a little surprised if he didn't, because that would kind of be really weird. Citadel. It is kind of clever how they, like, this kind of post-game wouldn't have made as much sense in the first one because they would have to rewrite like everything on the Citadel and just news reports and everything to reflect the big battle that happened. But because this one was out beyond, well, I guess it was actually in the Galactic Core, and nobody was there to see it. Spacebar through that. You know, it really doesn't change much except for the few who actually knew about it. Like your squad and the elusive man. And hopefully we report it back to the council. I'm really excited to see where the whole plot goes from here. Aw. Doesn't really matter who we have. Let's take Garrus and Warden, I guess. Don't care about upgrading. We will, of course, have a little more combat to do in the DLC, but we'll get to that when we get to it. Presidium.
Something I can do for you, Shepard?
How have the last couple of years treated you?
Yeah, we talked about that.
But I know how important it is, so I keep trying. Fighting the good fight, right?
I guess we can't talk
Better
about
go.
anything.
My door is always open.
Ah, that kind of sucks. Would have been nice if they'd updated that with at least a line or two. Anything on the news?
Some human politicians are suggesting that Turian militants, angry after losing control of the Citadel, are behind attacks on Horizon and other human colonies. When asked for comment, a Turian government representative stated, "The humans have seized power. The responsibility is theirs."
Yeah, that doesn't even make sense. But alright. So I think we are going to end the episode here, though. And I should probably be getting some sleep. But I will see you guys tomorrow. We will actually do the Arrival DLC. I'm looking forward to it. And after that, we'll begin our third Let's Play and jump into Mass Effect 3. So stay tuned, and I'll see you guys next episode.